glad you two could make it in today. What was it you wanted to talk about?
Well, for me, it's a really sensitive issue. She's pregnant, but she's kind of having second thoughts about it, and I don't agree with that. Like, she's pregnant. It's a life in there. It's part of me. It's part of her, and I feel, I don't know. I don't understand why she's having these second thoughts about not wanting to have the baby. I don't understand.
So you sound a little frustrated about.
I am, it's something that really, hits close to home. Like, I grew up thinking, you have a baby. When you're pregnant, you have a baby, you don't just like, hey, there's alternatives to it. No, there's a life in there. So, I understand.
Can you just tell us a little bit about what you're feeling and thinking right now?
It's just not the right time for me. We weren't planning it. We're not ready financially. I'm just starting my career. This isn't something that I want right now, and I don't feel right bringing a child into the world when I'm not going to be able to be the best mother that I can. Even if we do adoption or, I don't want to take away his values, but it's something that I don't think we can handle right now, and he's having a really hard time dealing with that.
I think we can handle it right now. Yeah, we're both working, she's starting her career, but to me, I grew up in a really religious family, and it's saying, whatever God gives you, it's like he doesn't give you more than you can handle, and, I see this as a blessing, and I don't agree with, what she thinks. I know it's a surprise, it came as a surprise, but,
Well, it sounds like you guys are approaching the situation from very different value systems. Can you tell us a little bit about what you've done to maybe reconcile those or talk to each other about them?
We haven't really talked much about it. I told him I know his religious values, and I don't want to go and have an abortion or anything like that either, but I just don't. Right now for me, I feel like the best option would be to give up the baby for adoption, and he's not okay with that. I want to compromise, but I really think that this is going to be a really big burden, and I don't want to have to raise a child in that environment when we're not ready. And he won't budge.
So what I'm hearing from you is that you definitely want to have kids at some point. You're worried that right now may not be the best time.
Mm-hmm.
That there's too much stuff going on.
Right.
There's financial concerns.
Mm-hmm.
Some worries about career.
I'd have to quit my job, and I just started, and if I quit now and I try and go back, I might not get a job as good as I have now. I don't know how they would react to it.
So that your job is very important to you.
Yeah, very important. I mean, I worked so hard to get this job, and I just started. Like, I just finished college. I'm finally in my career where I want to be, and now this, and I have to, all the money I put into school and time and effort, I'm expected to just kind of, throw it away and now be a mom right away. That's not what I wanted in life.
So we're getting a lot of frustration from you right now,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm just wondering how you guys are talking about this together. It sounds like neither of you are willing to compromise, and it's just leading to more frustration.
Mm-hmm.
So is there anything you guys think that, do you see a potential resolution of how you could?
I have no idea. There's things we could try if we talk about it. Nothing is set in stone. I'm sure there's things we could try, but then it goes back to, even if we find someone who can watch the kid all day while I'm at work, I still have to take off the time while I'm pregnant and in the beginning, and I don't know. I don't want to do that. I don't want to have to be away from my kid for so long. I want to be able to be there.
I don't know, I feel there's a way to do it. It's just, obviously she's been pregnant for 9 months, and afterwards, she could spend a little time with baby. Maybe if the job is willing to maybe give her half days, start up in part-time, that way she can spend spend some time with the baby, the newborn stage. It's just, I really don't want to give the baby up. You know, it's part of me, it's part of her, you know, we're in this together, and I
haven't
feel
really thought
disappointed.
about asking for half days at work to see if my boss would be okay with that. That might be an option. We haven't really talked about that.
Well, that sounds like maybe a positive solution where both of your values could kind of exist together.
That might work out, actually.
Yeah, every time we talk about it, it's like always really frustrating. So we just don't really come to, you know, middle ground. It's just always just.
It's never like this.
Yeah.
So I keep hearing a lot of tension on your part of how having a baby would be fun. You're excited about the possibility. The problems with it right now are
Right.
the problems associated with your job and what that would mean in the future.
Right.
What I'm hearing from you is a lot of excitement about a baby. You're supposed to have babies. This is what we're supposed to do.
Yeah.
But maybe also some frustrations and tensions of how to communicate that to her and how to have those conversations.
Yeah, definitely. There has been a lot of tension, a lot of just frustration, I think, on both parts. And, you know, initially I was really excited about it. I was like, yeah, you know, my dad, like, let's go buy a baby crib right now. And just hearing this, it just really took me kind of by surprise. And, you know, it's something really hard to deal with. But I feel like there is a solution. There is a way to compromise, you know, from both standpoints. Like, I don't want her to give up her career, you know, but I do want her to be, you know, that mom that's very present in the baby's life. I want to be very present as well. You know, I don't want to be working all day, but, you know, like I said, we are financially unstable at the moment, so I know I'm going to be working a lot more, but it's something I want to do, you know, for the family. So, like, I feel I'm willing to go that extra mile, you know, and I feel that she should too.
So it sounds like the solution for you is you working more and you working more and more hours and her working fewer and fewer hours.
Exactly.
Possibly.
And is that something that you guys both think you would be happy with?
I don't want to have, you know, like, that's the thing. That's where the frustration is. Even if we do, even if I go to working half days, I'm still having to give up what I want for something he really wants. And there really isn't. He still gets what he wants, and yeah, he has to work more, but I still have to give up what I want partially. Which I'm definitely willing to come, but I don't want to be a single mom either, and him never be home. I don't want to have to do that either.
So it sounds like that solution is not a fail-safe solution.
Well, it could work if he didn't have to work as much, but right now, that's the situation we're in. We're not financially, we're just not ready. And it would be really hard. If he worked the same as he did now and I go back to half days, we'd be in trouble. So, we'd have to figure out something else.
Yeah. I feel like that's the only solution at this point, you know. And I feel if I work enough now before the baby's born, maybe I could cut some hours so I'm there at home after the baby is born.
So if you could picture months from now, when it's time for the baby to come, what the perfect situation would be like, what would that look like for you?
For me, I would be in a place where I didn't have to work right away, and I could take maybe a year or two off to spend the first 2 years with the child, and then he would work the same as he does, because he would still be home for dinner and all that stuff. But if I take off 2 years, I don't know if I'll be able to go back to that same job. We'd have to talk about, I might even have to change careers or something. I don't know what it would be like for him. I haven't asked him that.
So it sounds like you feel like if you had more time to kind of build up a reputation at work, you'd have more opportunity to go
Right.
back after you've had an opportunity to raise the child.
Right.
How about for you? What would the perfect situation be for you in a couple months?
In a couple months
Once the babies come.
after the baby's come. I guess, well, she'd be at home. I wouldn't be working, but like I said, I feel I could cut my hours after the baby's born. I think it'd just be nice like it's important that she's at home
Okay.
in the first year.
Okay.